We keep majority of the stock here. Again, as you've seen today, we will make and manufacture a lot of the products to go around them.
Yeah.
And then install the product. So, yeah, we're stocking a lot heavier than we've ever done.
Hello and welcome to another CF Tech Talking podcast. You join us here with the fantastic crew up at Proteus. Last time we done one of these, there was only one of them and two of us, mate.
There was, yeah.
This time...
Now there's two of them.
Ganging up. So obviously it weren't enough last time, was it? So here we go. Please introduce yourself for the roll and camera.
My name is Kieran Jenkins. I'm the Senior Works Manager at Proteus Switchgear and RPP.
Okay.
My name's Ian Down. I'm the Works Manager here at Proteus Industrial.
Right, so we've been shown around again. We've spent some pretty good time with these guys being shown around. Every time we come here, we love to see what they've got on the production line and what they're doing. Today, we want to talk to you about EV solutions. Now, the reason we want to talk to you about EV is because EV, there's a couple of ways of doing it. Do you go and pick yourself something that, the charger, for instance, that has got the surge protection in, the type B protection in there, or the type A in line with the type...
RDCDD and all
that's
that.
It, that stands for...
Residual direct current detecting device.
I'm glad you remembered. It's been a while. Now, do you go and find yourself one of these that's all singing, all dancing, and then what do you do to the distribution? Well, these guys, Dave, talk to us about the distribution, because you get this question quite a lot, don't you?
We do, yes.
Twice a day, I think, yeah.
Now, let's start at the lower end of it. So what do you call this, the lower end?
The girly switchgear.
So this is a single phase stuff, isn't it? That's single phase.
Define girly.
Yeah.
Single phase.
Single phase up to sort of 100 amp.
If you can pick it up with one hand, it's a girly.
It's a girly. It's a girly effort.
You guys look at this, and you've actually got a complete range out, haven't you, the looks of this? So
Correct.
Yours is, and you'll notice this, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see on the actual product you're looking at, it's Proteus EV, the badge.
Correct.
So it's a badge solution already, isn't it?
That's it. So, yeah, we offer a range of sort of EV distribution solutions, then, if you like. So whether that be, distribution boards for single-phase applications with open pen protection in them. We offer those. We do some now with load management systems in them as well.
Really?
Surge protection,
Yes,
and
lots of
then
that, yeah.
obviously the Type A and Type B RCD protection as well. So yeah, we're doing that. But also more recently, what we're getting involved with now is actually solutions whereby people are saying, look, it's all about speed of installation. So can they come along and they've got their charger,
Yep.
and they've got their distribution board, but actually the distribution board is actually pre-wired for them. So they can actually take that straight to whether it be a set of handy blocks.
Yes.
And then from there, a bit of 6mm armoured, straight to the charge point, and away they go. So they're not having to get maybe the RCBO, the enclosure, the cable, the gland, the conduit, the flexible conduit, and so on. So yeah, we seem to be doing quite a lot.
You're taking all the fun out of it, Kieran.
Sorry. It's all about speed. Trying to get
You're absolutely
that,
right.
Get that charge
If
point.
you're doing lots of this, the last thing you want to be is taking the stuff out the cardboard box that it comes in and then having to fit it all and make sure you got it right, or I've got the wrong one and then go back. So you're saying now you've got all this in one box that you can just, again, tails in, distribute or final circuit out, and that's it for. Now, one thing I did notice that I've got to ask you about, because I thought all consumer units had to be metal. They've got a load of plastic ones, Dave.
Well, your IP rated consumer units.
Of course, yeah. What we're finding is that obviously meter cupboards, and I think you guys have said Tech Talk.
Don't go anywhere near them.
Don't go anywhere near them. Stay out of them. So of course, what we're finding is that people are mounting these outside the meter box.
Yes, they
So
are.
obviously, being external and outside, need to be IP rated. They're on the outside of the dwelling.
Yeah, the one outside the dwelling, yeah. So we're getting asked that question as well. Can it be? Can't it be?
So we'll leave that debate for another day. Maybe.
Yeah, that's We'll put that to someone else. Should we get the IT in for this one?
Yeah.
I think that's a good question for them.
Maybe not. So yeah, we're actually doing IP65 rated enclosures, pre-assembled with the.
I've looked at them. I think they're absolute fantastic bits of kit. And if you're out there and you really have got no other options, this is a solution, isn't it? It's ready to go.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're doing hundreds of these a month at the moment. So
Is it on the shelves? So is it available for these guys to get hold of?
We've got them on the shelf, yeah,
You
absolutely.
have.
So, yeah.
So we should have as well, should we?
Yeah, I think we're working with online on that. So.
Lovely. Oh, right. So that's our online team again. So
That's it.
the team online, and you can get access to that at cef.co.uk. Again, there's some great solutions there for you. So then,
Ian, we've done good.
The early stuff is done.
Let's do the good stuff now.
because you get quite a lot of phone calls as well, don't you?
We get an awful lot of phone calls for various bespoke solutions, really. Obviously, what we're realising, when you come into more bigger commercial, industrial, everyone's need of the amount of chargers, the type of chargers, is very different, very site dependent. How many spaces you got, how many you're looking to fill. Yeah. So we'll do a full range of.
But yours is the bigger chargers, isn't it?
Yes, really. The biggest chargers we've been supplying for is up to 300 kilowatt DC chargers. And again, these are set up on kind of 500 amp three-phase supplies. With adjustable Type B RCD protection built in. Yes.
Now, I'm going to assume Ian, that people that are speccing up that sort of kit know what they're talking about. Is that always the case?
Hold on. Don't assume anything, right?
Have to be very, very careful here.
Of course they do.
They have a general.
But you can help.
A general awareness, and we like to help and guide where we can. It's about practicalities. I think sometimes these things are perhaps designed by consultants who perhaps don't get into the real world, and the practicalities.
Of course, we're not talking about all consultants out there that may be listening to the podcast.
What they're specifying.
Many consultants know exactly what they're doing.
Yes, most. Sorry.
You were saying to me downstairs, though, that sometimes people ask for stuff and they've only got a 200 amp supply and they're asking for massive more power.
Yeah, it was only yesterday I took a phone call. Someone wanted, 622 kilowatt AC chargers, a 50 kilowatt DC, and a 150 kilowatt DC charger.
For 200 amp supply?
So I said, no worries. What supply have you got coming in? He said, we've got a 200 amp supply. And obviously 150 kilowatt DC alone is going to take well in excess of 250 amps. So, I've suggested he perhaps rethinks what they want as a charger layout. Or goes back to his DNO and really to see what supply capacity availability they can give him.
Yeah.
Because
so is that, what's your recommendation when somebody needs that? Do you say go back, get more power, or do you suggest a smaller power array?
we would suggest if that's the layout and the setup they want, they've got to see if that power's available in that area. Yeah. If the power's available, they can get the supply, then obviously the customer can get everything that he wants. Yeah. The reality is not all that often that 800 amp supply that they needed is available, at that source. So they've gone away to talk to the end client and again explain, the situation and what they can get. Obviously they could load manage all these charge points.
You could, but, you're right, yeah.
They could all be load managed. The bottom line is if someone plugs into all of them,
you're going to get the low.
You're going to get
a very low kilowatt output.
Now, Kieran, you mentioned open pen, so you were talking about that, weren't you? So, but you've got that here as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we do a full range of three-phase distribution boards with the open technology all built in at source.
So open technology, let's just confirm this for those that are listening and watching today. Open technology will monitor what's happening if the supply is going to be on a PME supply, and if it finds it goes into problem territory, so it starts to get above 70 volts, it detects that and switches off. Is that right?
And it switches off and turns the supply off.
On all four poles?
On all 5 poles. It switches the earth as well.
The earth.
It switches the earth as well to ensure the earth
in case it's coming in on the earth conductor. Yes. That's what it is. So, right. So
it's the only time in the regs when you can actually disconnect the earth supply.
If you're thinking about it, you're not sure whether it's coming from an internal problem, are you? Yeah. Or, as me and you've been doing going around the country, it could be coming from external source. So anywhere really where that potential voltage is above 70 volts. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it's 70 volts is the touch voltage requirement in 722, which is different to the requirement of the general part of regulations. General part of BS7671 talks about 50 volt touch voltage, and that's because it believes it goes from hand to hand on general contact. This is slightly different when you're looking at EV, where they believe if it's going to happen, this touch voltage, it's going to be hand to foot. You're touching the chassis of the car, and it goes across the trunk of the body in a different direction. Not across it, but down the trunk of the body, therefore getting a different resistance, therefore getting a different value of the 70 volts. So this bit of kit then, once it's tripped, what do they need to do to get it back on again?
In reality, we use an auto reclose device, so it will monitor the system. Obviously, if the pen fault clears itself, the voltage drops, it will just auto reclose.
Oh, okay.
It will do that it will test the system for a number of times. After it's gone through them cycles, it will shut off, and then obviously the chargers will go out, and an engineer will need to go to site and resolve the issue, obviously to make it safe to turn.
Does it also, this is three-phase, does it also detect a single-phase fluctuation in voltage? So it goes above and below the parameters, 207 and 253? 253.
Yeah, 253.
It will protect, single-phase charges on a three-phase system.
Yeah. Now, that's something I want to talk to you about, because we were looking at around some of the kits and some of the builds that they're doing here, and you quite rightly mentioned that actually if people are out there and they've got multiple single-phase chargers on a polyphase system, at that point, how do they protect against these open circuit pen faults? Do they choose a charger that has got all the bits of kit in there that protects just that one phase? Or do they need to look at the open pen technology? Because it's all of them, isn't it?
It's all the phases you're looking at. So the reality is you should put your three-phase pen protection at source to supply your single-phase chargers, which will give you ultimate protection across all three phases.
And then Dave reminded me of the requirement of the regulations that says that the protection will be
at the point of utilisation of the equipment.
So again, you've got some conflict there in BS7671. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some news for you here. The conflict that currently exists is going to be looked at by the IET. The IET are looking for a standard, I believe, Dave?
Yes, they are. PAS, I wasn't know, it's publicly accessible standard or something like that, where they simply want the solution to be written in that there is a standard which covers all this kit. And all these... the indents that we get in 722, we can wipe them away because we're basically referring to a product standard, and if it's made to that standard, it will be acceptable. And that's, I think, we're waiting for the 5th edition of the Code of Practice to come out, which won't be until late this year. But we understand that when that comes out, they may even have this in place by then. Yeah.
So for you guys as manufacturers, where there is currently a big gap between the piece of kit that we're using to charge and the distribution kit, this should bring you harmoniously together to work and complete.
Never will you be plagued again with silly questions.
No, it's never going to work like that, but you'll get a bit closer anyway. So this solution, because it's available in the single phase that you do with Kieran, and it's available in with these solutions that you guys have got as well.
And again, we do see that. Obviously, we'll put together, products for suites of chargers. The one just now, 22 kilowatts, a 50, a 150. Predominantly, people are using different manufacturers of chargers.
Yes.
And each one of them chargers will have a different protection requirement, whether it's got pen, no pen, needs pen, whether it's type A, type B, whether there's no RCD protection needed because of your cable runs. So again, once they can harmonise these things, hopefully it will make it much easier for the industry.
Aren't we?
But we've been hearing in the news over the last few weeks this thing that EVs get a bit of a hammering because the network isn't in place. People are complaining chargers over Christmas. Apparently there were huge queues at shopping centres because chargers weren't available. And I wonder what that will do to the EV market. But I think the critical mass has been reached now, hasn't it? It'll be down to getting the infrastructure in rather than saying it's killing a technology.
Yes, I think it's all about the infrastructure. Again, some of the volumes we're talking at and working with, the little 100 amp type B, MTCB, RCD.
Just a little one.
Type 1-2 surge. These are ordering in, quantities, of 100, for certain pub chain rollouts and, supermarkets. And so it is there. I'm sure we're all aware our industry's been suffering quite badly over the last few years, with product shortages and delays.
Yes, we've seen those delays. But now, assuming then that you don't get a lot of the delays here, that some of the other manufacturers will get, because you manufacture here, don't you?
It gives us far greater control of what we can do and what we can offer. So yes, yeah.
So rather than saying, you can have this, but it's like a lead time of whenever because we've got to wait for it to turn up and then there's a component shortage or this and the other, you've got majority of it here, haven't you?
We keep majority of the stock here. Again, as you've seen today, we will make and manufacture a lot of the products to go around them.
Yeah.
And then install the product. So we're stocking a lot heavier than we've ever done. Really to keep on top of these shortages.
Yeah.
For us at the minute, it's purely volumes of.
And I understand, Ian, you're getting bigger.
We are. Yes, thank you. I was going to say I reckon I could get away with 18 voltage,
So you guys up here, you need to basically get bigger because of the demand that we've started to see recently, and that may be because of EV. Is that right? Are you starting to see more and more?
More and more EV. Again, the online, the standard business.
Yeah.
Again, I think MCCB panel boards, our demand has gone through the roof.
Yeah, it's seen a lot more.
A lot of it is obviously because of shortages within the industry. So we're growing hugely. We've just put another 3,500 square foot building up to get a bit more production through the system. So
how can people get hold of the solutions that you offer?
Really, just speak to one of our sales guys, speak to CEF, or come direct through to us.
They can talk to you directly. This is what I like about them. They don't mind talking to people.
And it'll be ready next week.
Yeah, just knock it out. No, they're just sitting around waiting for your orders. So if anyone's got anything they want to knock up, let them know. And the same with you, Kieran. If you want to get hold of your solutions, it's just get hold of the team.
Absolutely the same way. So give us a call or speak to CEF or our sales engineers, and we'll.
Fantastic, guys. Thank you very much for looking after us again. They always look after you here. If you want to come here and have a look around, which I suggest you do, because they're absolutely brilliant company and they've got some amazing solutions for you, please do get in touch with them and see if there's an opportunity to pop in. Don't forget, if you've liked what you've listened, please share. Again, like it or share it with people. Go scream and shout about it. And we thank you once more for listening to another CEF Tech Talking podcast.